So this is a real GitHub repo. It's called Cap by Richie McElroy, and it's basically like a copy of Loom. And you can clone it in seconds with something like Cursor or Codex or Cloud Code and spin it up in a local host like I have over here. And now it's running on my machine. I can, start a new recording over here. I can view my analytics. I can open up my settings and so on and so forth. But there's also a way to kind of get your repo and view all of your front end designs in an infinite canvas view inside of Cursor or inside of Codex, get all of your different screens and kind of view them all at once. And what's great about this is that let's say that you're trying to work on a new flow. Let's say you're trying to work on some type of onboarding flow that happens before this step. We can create additional screens. And I'm actually going to show you today a really special MCP that I use on a daily basis for different things that researches YouTube videos and can smartly find out UX concepts for you to kind of implement in your designs and transform that into design. So for example, an onboarding flow, we can get 3 different variants, completely different types of UX flows, but all using the same design language. And then you just basically just have to add them in here again. And then at the end, you can sync it back to your GitHub repo. All right, so the first thing that you want to do is you want to open up a new working session or a new workspace inside of Cursor or Codex. I'm using Cursor. You can use Codex. You can't really use Cloud Code because Cloud Code doesn't really have a browser view. So if I, for example, open this and I search for like google.com, I get Google over here. And you can open up separate tabs, which is great. So I can open up another one, go to something else. Boom, I have 2 separate Google tabs. And I honestly think that this is like the future of browsing the internet, like using it together with your agent. But anyways, let's just close this for now. We open up a new project, a new workspace. And obviously you want to have your GitHub repo ready. I'm just going to copy this over here. And I can say clone this repo, paste, and you want to submit this. And then what we can do is that once this is ready, once we have a localhost URL, we can open up the browser and paste in that URL. And then we have it open up over here on the right side. And then I can start switching the pages like I showed you in the beginning of this video, just to kind of see if everything works right. Perfect. Now the problem here is that I can't really see all of the pages at once, right? I have to kind of switch through all the pages like a normal website. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go over here, open up this side panel, go to customize. We want to browse the marketplace and we want to search for MagicPath. We select this one with the dark background, click on install. That's going to make you authenticate your account. And then what you can do is you can restart Cursor or Codex and then open up your project again. And you can write something like, can you see the MagicPath project I have open? And then it can confirm, says, yes, I have project 44, which is the active project. And then simply you can just write, perfect, can you please place the design of the dashboard onto the MagicPath project 44? And that's exactly what we get. We get this over here. I can, for example, click on this button over here and experiment with different layouts if I wanted to and click on send. And then as you can see, we get the 2 different variants, variant 1, variant 2 over here. This one with like a top nav, this one with like a side nav and a different kind of layout over here. But then we can write something like, perfect, now I want you to do the same thing with the analytics page and with the organization settings page. So these 2 pages over here. And like I showed you in the beginning of the video, that's exactly what we get. The exact same side panel over here, one-to-one with the code. Everything works. We have all of the hover states as well. Everything is identical when it comes to UI. But now let's say that we want to create a entirely new flow using the design system from here. Let's say it's like some type of onboarding flow that happens before we get this pro account, as you can see. The typical step here is, we'd have to do a bunch of research. We can look at like different research papers, YouTube videos. We can look at X for inspiration. We could look at Dribble, Pinterest. I don't know what, all these different types of places. But I'm actually going to use a very interesting method with VidIQ MCP. And you can download it in the description below for $1. That's it. Just $1. You have access to all of YouTube and YouTube transcripts you're going to see in a second. And once you sign up with the link in the description, you basically can install it here via Cursor, for example. You just need to go to your account settings, go to the MCP servers, and then add this URL. So just copy this. And over here, we're going to just open up the side panel, click on settings, go to MCPs, down here, new MCP server. And you're going to want to paste it in under your MCP servers as so with that URL that it gave us. And then it says to restart cursor. And then you can write something like use vidIQ to research YouTube best screen recording onboarding UX goal. Find the top videos breaking down how great recording tools design their onboarding and capture UI. Return top 5 videos with title and channel so I can pull design direction from the best one. And it basically gave us these 5 different videos. This one from Loom, for example. But what's pretty interesting, for example, this one, it says best starting point, Kate walks through Loom's sign up and onboarding process, and also Riverside, which is also like a recording tool. So I can click on this video and it takes me to the exact point in this video where they're talking about this. And you can see the onboarding flow of Loom and Kate. So for example, she's talking about how they're showing visuals on the side and how that's like a, common pattern when it comes to like these onboarding flows. And on the second video, it says, why watch? Well, it's a workshop on studying competitor onboarding with screens design. So it shows animated flows, not static screenshots. Good for mapping step-by-step UX before you design Caps Flow, which is our app. And down here, it says recommendations start with number 1 and then number 4, which is Loom's official video, and says, if you want, I can turn the takeaways from number 1 into a CAP onboarding capture UI checklist. So let's do that. So I can say, turn that, from that video into a CAP onboarding / capture UI checklist. So now it's searching that conversation. You can read the entire transcript of that video. And what's cool is that you can hover over these links and you can kind of see the description of the video and scroll down and see the entire transcript of the video. And if you don't want to watch the videos, you get the core principles from Kate from that video, that first video that the VidIQ MCP gave us. And it gives us different rules. So personalization beats polish. Onboarding isn't a tour. There's Hicks law, which kind of limits the choices. You want to aim for around 3. And then we get a checklist over here, sign up and profiling, Loom plus Dropbox plus Figma patterns. So that gives us a bunch of things to check for and why. And then at the very end, what we can do is we can say generate 3 onboarding flows in the MagicPath project that show 3 different onboarding strategies from this checklist and use our CAP design system. And then look at this. We have 3 different cursor agents designing each flow in our infinite canvas over here based on that checklist from those YouTube videos. And then we end up getting the 3 different variants. So we have this one over here. This is strategy B, record first, Canva Slack pattern. So over here, I can write my name, click on pick a template. We have different templates to choose from. We can choose like tutorial, start practice recording. And then we can start our practice recording. And this next one is a little bit interesting. We have, again, we can add our name over here, save and continue. And then we have like this step-by-step onboarding guide on the bottom right. And then the third one is, we have the step-by-step 5 steps on the left, and we have this kind of animated SVG area on the right. I can add my name, click on continue, then this changes a bit, click on work, continue, and so on and so forth. Now, I really like this one. I really like the guided checklist. So what we can do is we can ask, you see the selected component in MagicPath? And then it says, yes, I can see it. It's strategy C. And then we can say, let's implement this to our code base and then run it in the localhost. And so now we have to just refresh our localhost link. So let's go back over here. And I already have my profile set up automatically. So I can click on install cap and click on this button. We can skip that, record your first cap, record. Takes me to the record screen. So perfect. Everything seems to work out just fine. Now, the last thing that we can do is we can push this back into GitHub. We can use the GitHub MCP server. I'll link it down below. And you can just scroll down here. And for example, we have cursor. If you're using cursor, click on cursor. Scroll down here. Boom, we get this. All we need to copy is just from this bracket to this bracket, copy, and then go back here, go to your settings, tools and MCPs, scroll down here, add new MCP server, and then I can just paste that in here, click on save, and you need to get your GitHub personal access token. You can just click on this link and you generate a new one. And then you can just say like push these changes to my GitHub repo. You want to just obviously add the name of your repo or just include the link. And then we get the branch URL and everything is updated here. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it for today's video. If you have any comments or questions, please let me know down below. And like always, thank you all so much for watching. Hope to see you next time. Goodbye.